Run. Okay. I don't remember, except for the fact that, like I said, I'm gonna go try and buy open lock spells, which I looked up the specific.
Merchant.
Yeah.
If it's, yeah, like I said, it's one of the ones outside of like the main guild hall, which is like in Imperial City. You should be able to buy it. I believe. If not, like you can just be like join the Mages Guild, which I think you can at first, like, and you gotta do it missions to be able to get into the main part of it.
Right. I need a new fucking controller.
Just the D-pad, yeah, or the thumbstick.
Yeah.
Well, I already know you passed this. Yep. It's funny enough. There's a play guy I watched where like he punched the guy right in the face and it crashed instantly. Like mid like his fist connecting.
How do you do?
It's like on the main part of town.
Nope, that's fighters.
That's kind of cool. Because I think it is. I know like it's the one with the well behind it. I know like the mission for this. You just go. But it's like in that small group of buildings too, right? There you go.
Yeah, it's just like. What the fuck, dude?
It just people randomly casting spells. You walk into it. Ugh.
Did you walk something? You're not here. Same tools. Oh, when
I'm Trayvon. You know,
That's one thing I like
profane.
thinking about. It's like how mages
Have a
used to
look
be
at
able
my
to pay them to be able
I'm sure
to
there's something to suit you.
Recharge.
recharge stuff. Yeah, that's fucking easy. Which I think we already have. Probably touch.
Nope, just open very easy.
Okay. So, hey,
What can I do? I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
yeah, the electric shield spells. Like I said, they give armor and ammo for defense.
Hi, Angel. Oh.
Band box of this thing.
Yep.
Ah. Probably haggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell your
Because you
friends.
can't haggle in that one.
I'm Dieter. Knowledge is power.
Illusions.
You too. How are you today?
Are you a different person? I don't think so.
Who are you looking for?
I'm just there were three different people that had different spells, but I think
Okay.
I think I actually might need to progress a bit to
How goes it?
get access to the higher stuff. But
What can I...
recharge, so
Also, one thing, if you become a member of the Mage Guild, you can take stuff.
that's true.
Hello. Yes? Are you sure you're up to it? You seem a little slow.
Fuck
I
you,
expect
dude.
This will end in disaster. Very well.
It's like,
To
you remember
advance in the guild, you'll need
Guild Quest at all?
recommendations
Guild
from
Quest?
each local guild hall in Syria. If you manage to actually receive the recommendations, you'll be eligible for entrance to... No, unless you wish to attempt to impress me. Don't waste my time if you're not ready for this. Are you prepared to do what is necessary to gain a recommendation from me? Very well. There was a particular ring of burn I was testing some time ago. Another stupid associate somehow got his hands
Made
on
a
it
ring
and
of
managed to
weighs fucking
misplace
heavy
it.
shit.
If I didn't know better, I'd say he purposely tossed it. You will retrieve this... The...
Put an enchantment on the ring that just makes it needlessly heavy. I wonder why people are like thought this was a stupid idea.
Alright, where are you, person? You...
What?
Oh,
Let's do business.
Let's take a risk and try to go really cheap. Water breathing!
Thank you.
Thank you!
which thankfully you can cast into water.
Right? Oh, fucking A.
Yeah, it's behind
Seriously?
I think you have to talk to the Argonian.
Uh... Oh yeah, that's right. I was doing the fucking vampire thingy.
Whatever, like, there's like no really time quests.
I know. It's also one of those things where it's like, gotta be careful because I'm not exactly ready to fight a whole bunch of fucking vampires.
Good day.
Don't tell me. Oh dear, I won't say more. Well, Falkar is a ranking member here, and I don't feel comfortable talking about it. Now tell you, find me when Falkar's not around, and then we'll talk. After we've spoken, you can have it. Be
Hello,
careful,
Susan.
Yeah, like, you might be able to talk to her right now. This is like not right next to her.
I'm deep. As I've said,
Okay. So I'd say like wait till like nighttime.
Where are you?
He's under. He's
No, I know where he is.
Oh, so you can level up with him.
Oh, I don't need to level up. I'm just basically make it to where everybody kind of goes their own way. Unless you're a bunch of Galens and don't fucking sleep. Like, do you see this? Buddy, you need to get some fucking sleep.
well,
Right now,
we
no.
can talk, so long as Falkar's out of earshot. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's trying to get you killed. He gave poor Vikram the same task, and we never saw it. You be careful. Here's the key, and something extra. I don't know
I
if
forgot.
it will be of use to you.
She
And
gives
if
you
you
water
find out
breathing
anything about what happened,
Buoyancy.
That it's a water breathing feather spell,
be careful, Susan.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I have 2 water breathing spells.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, how much you carry? Okay, you should be fine.
A new route.
Which is kind of odd that he's floating.
Right. Unfortunately, body physics.
Which,
I am now over encumbered.
Yep. Do you have a stronger feather spell?
Yep.
There you go. There you go. What's funny is like they didn't even take the ring from you because what would that would do is put it into the NPC's inventory and then they couldn't move. So like I think they're like, yeah, you can keep it. So you literally just toss it on the ground.
I'm afraid some things have happened while you've been gone. Associate. It may affect your
Yeah, shit doesn't take long to
drop
happen.
it anywhere. I don't think he really cared about. I'll admit it's my doing. I couldn't leave well enough alone. I'm just so tired of the way we've all been treated by Falkar. I was worried about you and angry about Vidkun, so I confronted Falkar directly. He was furious when I told him I'd help you. He flew into
Man,
a
this
rage.
guy who's like killing
I didn't
multiple
even
of our
understand
like
some
new
of his
apprentices,
ranting.
like
I don't
like,
know if he
I don't know
ever
if we can
wrote
trust
your
him. Like,
recommendation.
you think?
I'm sorry. You should check his room in the living quarters if you see the note or anything else.
Yeah, she wants you to
such-
switch his room.
Goodbye.
But yeah, like the fact that his body floats is just funny.
What is it, associate?
Because like he definitely would not be floating.
No.
His room's downstairs.
Oh, his room is in the basement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know enough shit now. We'll just wait till we play fucking Skyrim.
Right.
Yeah, it's here. Go here. And just be like, see ya. Not my problem anymore. There's one thing about books I really like that they did for Skyrim as well. If it's a skill book, it costs at least 50 gold.
Right. To
Or
make,
more.
to tell you the difference, like,
Be like, hey, this is an important book. It's like, hey, the new apprentice is going around to all the guild halls and just taking stuff. Should we have an issue with it? No.
basically the guild halls that you've done the mission for. No, he's very effective. Let him take his shit.
Like, it's like, are you gonna go tell him to not do that? I mean, we do it as well, probably. Okay, so, is there anything that you want to talk about at all? Hey, what are those?
Oh.
Yeah. What's a new thing made for this game?
Black soul gems.
Yeah.
Necromancy!
Because in Morrowind, any strong enough soul gem could hold any soul. But like people's souls were usually only strong for like certain ones. And then depending on the person was how strong it was with enchanting. So like the best one to do it with was, funny enough, Vivek. With like Azure Star. Because I wanted to talk about something that relates a little bit more to this game than just like the era stuff. I want to talk about this Septim Dynasty, which basically you are in the middle of it ending.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Oh,
The
right.
last person is Martin Septim.
Okay, I'm listening.
So like it starts with Tiber Septim in the 284 of the Second Era. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, of course, Tiber Septim, becomes Talos.
What's this? Oh dear. All right, I'll just take. Now, you didn't find any sort of recommendation? Very. In light of the circumstances,
Man, I wish there was a list of aliases he had.
Farewell.
Who, the Tiber Septim, or?
Okay, yeah, let's see. Given his great fame all throughout Tamriel, Tiber Septim is known by a plethora of titles. His nature as Dovahkiin earned the titles of Dragonborn, Ysmir, Dragon Emperor, Dragon Prince, Dragon in Flesh, King of Earth and Sky. His status as the first Dragonborn Emperor since the days of Raymond Cyrodiil granted him the title of Warrior Emperor, our glorious Emperor, heir to the empires of man, heir to the seat of the Sundered Kings, true Emperor of Cyrodiil. Now let's see.
Alright, save.
To even designation impossible imply direct lineage between Raymond and Tiber Septim. So it's the idea that they're like trying to link Raymond Cyrodiil with Tiber Septim. Sign of the Emperors. Warrior King. The Red King. Lord of Shining Hosts. Protector of Oathman. Fee-Man. The Yeoman. I've never seen that word before. I have to look it up real quick. A second. A Granitor. Someone who pays a debt. Granitor of Right and Justice. Board Blessing Thrones and Power. Cynosure of Celestial Glory. The High Most. Skyrim Sun. His Most Discerning Majesty. First Emperor of Tamriel. And 1. So, yeah, like... a lot of fucking names for Tiber Septim. Oh no, he turned invisible.
Oh no.
That's really a tactic they're missing in Skyrim.
The turning.
Where enemies can just go invisible. Which is funny because like some of them, the models I use, they have stuff where it adds new enemy tactics, and one of them is just going invisible.
Am I supposed to be?
Are you fighting the vampire guy right now?
I am doing the vampire mission, but I'm not fighting him yet. Like,
okay.
That's the thing, is that he is further in the cave. The funny part...
Behind a bunch of guys. Behind a bunch of vampires.
Yeah. The funny part is learning, when I was reading about it, is his, like, the mission is, level-based and whatnot. Is that if you actually get a high enough level, it spawns those lich things.
Ooh.
And you can literally sit inside at the entrance to the cave, and the lich things will attack him eventually.
Yeah, because they don't have the same alliances.
Yep. So it's like so if he dies, it doesn't like tell you that he's dead. You have to still go find him.
So let's see.
But anyways, so man, could you imagine having it be like a heraldish bard type character, and it's like you have to introduce this person. How many titles do they have? Like 30.
Like that scene from fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, when Daenerys is introduced to Jon Snow, it's like
this
Jon,
and this and
like,
this.
This is Jon Snow. He's King of the North. Like, not a man of titles. It's like, in the North, they don't care about that many titles.
Yeah, it's like, you're this. That's what you do. Let's see. correct. That was fixed in the patch, Lewis.
What?
That thing you're talking about.
Oh, it was?
Yep. Because that, like on the wiki I use, it lists all the bugs that are fixed by the patch. Like it'll say like this was fixed in the unofficial patch. And usually what version it is. It's got Legend fight. But okay. So after Tiber Septim, which is like reigning years, 42 or 81. And that, it's like which one? I don't know. And then his son Plagueis Septim the First.
Madman, got it.
Nope, no.
No? Not
That
the
was
Madman?
the third.
Oh.
Plagueis Septim the First reigned for less than 3 years, as he was assassinated by the Dark Brotherhood while praying in the Temple of the One, which is the dragon.
Yeah. It's the temple that's in the Temple
It's
Plaza.
the grand finale
Yeah.
area. And then let's see. And then after that, Kinthera. God, I fucking hate names sometimes. First cousin of the Tiber Septim. After assassination, ruled for once again less than 7 years or greater than 8 years. You like? It's like
I
do people not
contracted rust chancery? What the fuck?
from what?
A zombie.
Oh, that yeah. There you
Drain speed, drain personality, drain fatigue.
go. You'll be fine for now. Oh, you also contacted vampirism.
Yeah, I know.
Big surprise.
Not worried about that, really.
Let's see. She was known for her passion in music and arts and things like that. And when she died, her son Uriel I became the Emperor Tamriel. He ruled for 11 years or less than 16 years. It's like, and people wonder why it's hard to like do lore stuff for like some games where it's like timelines. I don't know. Let's see. Known as the Great Lawmaker of the Septims dynasty and promoter of independence, organizations, and guilds, where he basically promoted the use of the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, things like that.
Huh.
Let's see. He was the first of 7 emperors to use the name Uriel. A practice ended with Uriel Septim's 7th.
Jeez. That's, understandable.
What?
Basically,
the last one? Yeah. it's died when he was succeeded by his son, Uriel II, who ruled for 18 years. It's like, thank God. It's like, not like, this or this. But no, it's like this number, but no greater than this number. Let's see. Uriel II witnessed the beginning of the Empire's deunification. Plagued with pestilences, insurrections, and blight. During his reign, a continued rebellion broke out.
I don't want to fight multiple people.
Uriel II was given millions of gold coins by the King of Solitude to help suppress a rebellion.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed.
In exchange for the assist, the Emperor arranged a marriage between the king and his daughter. Let's see.
I don't want to use dragon skin just yet.
His granddaughter, Patoma, was born, and she immediately presented Uriel II, who viewed the solemn, intense. Let's see. She looks like a she-wolf about ready to pounce. Hey, guess who Potomac is?
Oh, yeah. I was like, why does that name you keep saying that name? It sounds fucking familiar. Oh.
Died after 18 years of rule and succeeded by his son, Pelagius. Which is still not the one you're thinking about.
Yeah, it's the second, right?
This is Pelagius the second.
Yeah, the third is the crazy one.
I believe so. Let's see. Let's see. Pelagius Septim II was born to Uriel Septim and his unnamed wife. It's like, wow, that... Okay. He faced a bankrupt treasury and debt from his father's poor management of the empire's financial policies. To refill the imperial treasury, Pelagius dismissed every member of the Elder Council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums of money to sit in the council.
So, politicians buying their way in.
Yup. He encouraged his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, to perform similar actions. So basically, it's like, hey, we, in the shambles of this empire, we built like a plutocracy. So ultimately, these policies refilled the imperial treasury, and by the end of Pelagius' reign, Tamriel was returned to its prosperity. His critics, however, suggest that the buyback system resulted in damaging losses of those counselors who were wise but poor in gold. He reigned for 17 years. He was, let's see, his son, I fucking hate Roman names, Anticotus. 13 or 21 years he reigned. Like, yay.
Did you really think that I'm surprised to see you here?
Dude, I'm in the middle of fighting one of your minions. Do you really have to monologue?
And all the way
Yes.
out here. No messy. After I'm through with you, the damned quite a list.
Okay.
This ends here.
I don't know where I'm swinging.
Well, the issue is they move too fucking fast.
Well, he's a vampire. What do you expect? Why'd you just poison your blade? He's a vampire.
I literally made poison just for the shits and giggles of it, okay?
Okay.
Then,
I'm like, you better not hope that that's gonna work on him. He's a vampire.
fuck no. The whole point was literally just to...
Problem is, I had to switch back and forth between the wiki and watching.
My hand-to-hand is being drained. Oh no! Whatever
Oh, no.
will I do?
Continue swinging sword. Unfortunately, I think he's... Okay, he's not healing. That's good.
No, he did heal for a bit.
Okay.
But I've got... I literally activated Dragon Skin just out of... like...
That's yeah, dragon skins for boss fights. It's a 50% damage reduction. There you go. And you just take his armor solid. There you go. Make sure to stop by a temple to heal yourself.
You mean I
But,
can't
okay.
just eat a mandrake root?
I mean, if you have them, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You had me buy 5 of them, so...
Yeah, like that's what they're used for. And now you're fine. Okay. So, let's see.
Oh, hey! Potion to cure disease.
Hey, that's a free later potion. But yeah, you see how much that costs
Yeah.
compared to just the mandrake of like 5 gold. It's like, yeah, why would I not just buy the mandrake and carry that around? Yeah, it's probably a little heavier.
But...
The mandrake weighs 0.1 pounds. The potion, I think, weighs half a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. It's cheaper and it's lightweight. Okay. Anticotis. Let's see. Anticotus was one of the most flamboyant members of the usually Ator Septim family. Had a reputation of being a drunkard and womanizer, which made him infamous in the Empire. He was renowned for his grandness of dress and his good sense of humor. So it's like, basically, it's like, I don't fucking care. I'm the richest man in the world, probably.
It's like, I'm an emperor. Huh.
I mean, he inherited the empire from his father, who refilled the treasuries by basically being like, hey, pay me money to be in charge. What kind of person do you think that's going to raise?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Fucking little rich asshole.
Let's see. He had many mistresses and other wives other than his original wife.
No surprise.
Big surprise. And had many children.
Again, no surprise.
Which, once again, is the Septums basically being man whores. Just the idea of, like, how many fucking illegitimate children did real Septum probably have?
Right.
I mean, your whole quest is to find one of them. Anticotus' reign was rife with civil war, expressing even the number of wars that occurred in the reign of his grandfather, Uriel II, which is like one where they're talking about like how bad it was. Let's see. Many of the kings and queens of Skyrim, Morrowind, and High Rock were dissatisfied with this rule. Basically, it's like 3 whole provinces are like, we're done with you. 10 years after being crowned Emperor of Tamriel, Anticotus was fat and diseased. Venereal diseases are like STDs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was quite fat and had many venereal diseases. It was like, oh.
Yes. Oh, hey, more people to fight.
You're like, hey, more people to fight. The first thing I hear before I click back is a dog dying. Like, that's not a person, man.
Nope, but the person that turned invisible in front of me is skeleton.
You should try turn undead. See if that works. I mean, they're probably definitely a higher level. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, excuse me.
You know the funny part is I didn't even do the easy part of fighting that guy.
What?
He's an Altmer.
Oh, yeah, just doing magic. You just like, I'm gonna swing my silver sword at you, and you will die.
It's like, oh, fire magic, fire magic.
Oh yeah, fire magic would have fucking kicked his ass.
Oh, I contracted it again.
Yeah, that's why it's usually better to like do it before you leave. Like when you're like leaving the dungeon.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. Let's see. The province of Somerset Isles was nearly lost to the Maomere in the War of the Isles. The Maomere are the seals,
Okay.
which are basically like have like little to do with any of like the Tamriel stuff. Like you don't even see them. You never see them in game at all, ever. Like I think maybe in Redguard.
Well, and like
Maybe.
that's like the major thing is like there's so
Okay,
many.
they're seen in ESO. Like, and from the pictures, it looks like they only show up in ESO.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
And
like
basically, they're mermen. They're mer elves.
yeah, that's the thing. Is like there's so many races in.
That you don't even interact with ever, other than maybe once. Like, there's been one slowed in all of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And that's from Redguard. And, like, they're the ones who did the Thracian Plague. Let's see, during a visit from Potema, his nephew Uriel, Anticotus, lapsed into a coma. For months he lingered in between life and death while the Imperial Council prepared for the ascension of Kintarai. Let's see, Anticotus died and was succeeded by his daughter, Kintaraya, and was able to properly... Moral laxity. He was an able and popular ruler despite his moral laxity. Okay. And then Kithraya, less than a year. I wonder what happened to her.
Hold back.
Can you guess?
Assassination.
Let's see. Because I didn't read these ahead of time. Kenthariah II was born... Oh, it was believed that she was an illegitimate heir to the throne. Because they couldn't, nail down who her,
Actual.
lineage. Because they weren't sure, who her mother was.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Alright. I think...
Her story is considered one of the saddest tales of the Empire. From
Oh.
the accusations and questions of her legitimacy to the throne, to her controversial death in the midst of the War of the Red Diamond.
What the fuck is the War of the Red Diamond?
I believe... Let's see... The War of the Red Diamond is a civil war primarily fought between 121 to 127 Third Era, with a further conflict lasting for another 10 years. It was a war of secession that nearly tore the Empire apart. They eliminated prospects of a unified nation for several years. A leading instigator of the conflict was Potema, Queen of the Wolf Queen of Solitude.
Ah.
So it's literally Queen Potema being like, no, I'm in charge. And one of the quotes that are in a loading screen from Skyrim is she would kill everyone that's under her rule and unleash a horde of Daedra just for a moment of peace. So it's she clearly did not give a shit about anyone else.
Right.
Let's see. The exact date of Kenthariah's death is one shrouded in speculation. Some believe she did not die long after her imprisonment. Oh, she was imprisoned by Queen Potema.
He's dead?
And probably died.
Thank goodness.
From
The
just,
ironic
being whatever.
thing is
Just
that I
put her
think
in a
the
prison
Order
somewhere.
of the Virtuous Blood... Yes. I think that
Yeah,
the
now
Order...
you can sell these guys vampire dust.
Yep.
I'll see you in the...
I believe it's the Dumner in their base. Not here, at the base. So, you gonna wait? I mean, is he gonna leave, man? So I could just take that. You might be able to just wait an hour and see where he goes.
Yeah, I know where it is. I just gotta...
Okay. No, I meant so that you can steal the diamond.
Going to the Temple District real quick. I'm gonna do the
So
cheat.
basically, she was captured by Queen Potema and imprisoned, and then just died in prison.
Okay.
And then for squiggly, what's the squiggle called?
The approximate symbol,
The squiggly, line.
Yeah, that's approximate.
So the tilt key, approximately. Yeah,
It's approximately.
Approximately 12 years, for Serophus the First. The 10th emperor of the Septim Dynasty, ruling the Third Empire for 13 years. So why did it say approximately 12?
Fucking
Hello, it's so good to see you again.
Or the Red Diamond.
I've spent not only that, but we'd like to make you an honorary member. If you're ever in need. In addition, we'd like to reward you.
Under defending Imperial capital after a siege of the last fortnight, he was crowned Emperor Earl Septim III. After Earl III was crowned Emperor, Serophus allied with Magnus who opposed him. The kings of Hammerfell, Somerset, Valenwood, elsewhere, Southern Marwood, and Black Marsh mostly supported Serophus and Magnus, while Earl III was combined support of Skyrim,
Yes.
Cyrodiil, Northern Marwood, High Rock,
I'm afraid
and Isles of Belafera. Oh, it's an island in the Iliac
Excellent.
Bay,
Excellent.
which is
Excellent.
oh, that's where the Drenny Tower is.
Excellent.
It's the isle
Excellent.
where the Adamantium Tower is.
Excellent. Return to me when you have
Kind of an important place.
I'm not rich as
safeguard
fuck.
your path.
Cool.
Not really. I only have like 2,000, but still.
That's more. It's better, but like, yeah, like if you get vampire dust, come here. It's worth it because it sells for much more.
Well, that and they get fucking the ring, where it's like.
Oh, yeah, that's a great ring. And it levels. So, like, it could have been better, but still. Okay.
Alright.
And Seraphis. Emperor Tamriel. Following Seraphis' ascension, many of the royals, nobles, and troops formerly loyal to Uriel III and Potema pledged themselves to him. In return for the support, the provincial nobility and royalty demanded and received greater autonomy and independence from the empire. Seraphis I issued a decree and officially dissolved Knights of the Nine. Oh.
Ooh,
No. That was a bad idea.
Very bad idea.
That was your first mistake.
Oh. He fucking locked his cabin up. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, no, he locked one door.
It's like, how? Lock the door. No one will be able to get in.
Diamond's mine.
Yoink.
Cheese.
Alchemy ingredients.
Pear. Pear.
They're just trying to use thumbsticks. Stealing your food. Like, I don't care. I don't live there anymore.
It's like you made it so I don't have to use it as a place to hide. It's like, yep. Now I need you to declare that I'm not stealing from you. No, you're stealing. Yeah, you're stealing.
I can't do that, unfortunately. You're gonna have to sell some shit pretty soon. You're getting pretty overweight.
Yeah, I have armor from the vampires. But I have a...
Which, unfortunately, you cannot sell stolen goods to anyone other than Thieves Guild stuff. Because they somehow know it's stolen. Which is annoying. Okay. Seraphis' ascension marked the official end of the War of the Red Diamond, but the next decade was a period of constant warfare with Potema. He had to deal with attacks after attacks of the force of Potema's army, Daedra, and undead. During the decades of warfare, the Emperor reclaimed all the territory of his sister's remaining allies until only Potema's own Kingdom of Solitude remained outside of Imperial control. Seraphis ended almost 2 decades of warfare that nearly tore the Empire apart when Potema died after a month-long siege of the Blue Palace.
Oof.
After the siege, the Empire placed his nephew, Pelagius, which is who you think it is, on the Throne of Solitude. Seraphis died after falling from his horse, and he was succeeded by his brother Magnus. Magnus Septim reigned for 5 years. Was the 11th emperor of the Septim dynasty, former ruler of the blah blah blah, preceded and succeeded by his son, blah blah blah.
You need something.
He basically fought along his brother Seraphis during
Only
the
quality
War of the
goods
Red
for
Diamond.
sale here. What can I interest you in?
Magnus Septim spent his tenure as the emperor dealing with the enemy's nations after the war, a task that drained much of his energy. Meanwhile, in Solitude, King Pelagius III began to show signs of eccentricity, as all eyes were on him since he was Emperor's oldest living child and next in line to
You
inherit
got
the
a
throne.
great deal there.
Let's see.
Wait, is Shady Sam not a fucking...
No.
Death?
He's his own independent,
He's not a fence? What the fuck?
I believe it's only Thieves Guild people that are fences usually. I can look it up, but
Thank you.
Here. I think the guy who's with at the inn right outside of the Imperial City is
The guy, yeah. Fucking...
file there.
any luck? There's a... So be it. Head upstairs and look for the last...
Keep looking for that wine. Farewell.
Yeah, I know. I'll find that wine eventually.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come here. I got... You need something. Knowledge is the key. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Oh, that ring might be good. It's a permanent shield and shock resistance. But that's up to you.
Let's focus on selling.
Yep. See what you get afterwards.
You've made a good...
Let's see. Fence. Fences.
You probably don't have access to them until you join the Thieves Guild. Now that
yeah. Yep. And you have to have a certain rank. Which one of them is like the starting rank, I believe.
A fucking shield with shield.
Ooh. And it's not that expensive. That's actually kind of cool. You can cast with shields.
Yep, that's why I'm like...
It's like, yeah.
And the ring will have to wait.
Walk always in the
shadow of the shield's pretty good. But yeah, those seem to be the only fences in the game, unfortunately. Okay.
Alright. So, crazy guy. Then Magnus.
We're still in Magnus Septim, who's the father of Pelagius III.
What is it?
He basically married his son off to some let's see. Another more personal reason was that perhaps let's see. No, that's...
We're high enough level.
For what?
Sanguine.
Oh, cool. Emperor Magus Septim I died peacefully on the 8th, blah blah blah. Although legend from the time claims that Pelagius III committed
another
patricide.
Come to beg Sanguine to add a bit of spice to an otherwise drab existence. I would have you perform a service for me. The Castle Leowin is a dull, dreary place. The mistress is an especially somber soul, and tomorrow she will hold another excruciating dinner party. I want you to liven it up. Use this spell on the Countess and her guests. I think it will make the party much more interesting. You should probably try to be inconspicuous, or they might kill you. Oh, and the party is by invitation only. You'll have to find a way in. Have fun.
Okay. Yeah, Stark Rubble reality.
Just
Which is funny because the drain health is probably there to force aggro. Because like the effect by itself would not cause aggro, probably.
okay, the marker is supposed to be south. Oh, that's right. Isn't there like a...
Yeah, they went all the way at the bottom.
Fucking A.
Hey, at least you in Oblivion you can fast travel to every capital without having to go there first.
Right, yeah, I know. I remember going from Oblivion to Skyrim and it's like...
Well met.
Okay. So Pelagius III, also known as Pelagius the Mad. Generally remembered for his eccentricities and behavior of madness that characterized his time
Welcome
as
to Leowin.
King of Solitude
I'm
and
Elise.
later as Emperor of Terminal.
In the
Let's see.
good day.
Emperor of Tyrio.
Hold on. There's a dinner, and no one gets in the room, even after it's prepared, unless they're on the list. And even if they're on the list, they'd better... This is important to the Countess.
I think if you persuade that guy, he might work.
Hold on. And no one get...
Unless you can't. Nope, I guess you can't. Okay. But, okay. Legend accuses Pelagius of patricide, which is generally dismissed as false because Pelagius was the King of Solitude, who seldom visited the Imperial City. Pelagius III fainted when the red dragon crown was placed on his head, but Kethra held him up so that only the closest to the Ruby throne could see what happened. So it's
Are
like,
you the count?
oh, funny enough, it's either it's Skywind or Sky Oblivion. The showing off quests that they did for it, like showing off like what they've done and stuff, like how it's working, is from the Orc Lady.
The errant knight.
Yep. Like I heard her like was like, hey, it's like, and I immediately knew who it was.
No, I'm just trying to decide what to do. Because this.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyways,
yeah, Septim was fucking crazy. You know, since you encounter him in fucking, or you're inside of his mind during the same,
the Skyrim quest.
yeah, like his name left my brain immediately when I tried to think of it. Sirgorath. Let's see. The second of Sun's Dawn, which may or may not be the anniversary of his death, is celebrated as Mad Pelagius Day, a time when foolishness and all sorts of... So it's like Fool's Day.
Oh, okay.
So the day he died became basically April Fool's Day. In 153, the third heir, Pelagius III, died after a brief fever in his cell at the Temple of Kenrith in Brittany. And Kethra was officially crowned Empress of Tamriel. While on his deathbed, Pelagius issued a decree that outlawed death. So, you know, that's the guy who starts with the Knights of the Night.
This guy?
Yep. I mean, he's talking about Pelennor. And you're across the street from the temple that's been sacrificed.
Okay, that's what... See, that's the... I noticed that it has a slightly different color than the normal ones. So I was like...
Oh, yeah, because it's the DLC ones. With the background. Okay. And then... Hey! Which is funny. Kethariah Ra-Etham, who is not a Septim, and who is a Dumner woman, was the 13th Empress of the Septim Dynasty.
What can I do for you?
Kethariah was originally the consort of the Mad Emperor Pelagius III.
Fine. You are now an associate in the Fighters Guild.
But in 147 Third Era, he began fighting and attacking visitors to the Imperial Palace. So he was sent to the asylum, which is where he died. She was proclaimed Empress. So, I try to avoid talking
I know, I know.
But it's like, I can usually tell if it's someone that's actually fucking important just by who's talking. Oh, Jen, Facebook. Hey, it's another place you can go to and just take stuff from.
Yeah.
And hey, guess what? Your first mission is kill rats.
I just didn't think about it. The Elder Council will take care
But
of
yeah,
it.
Catharaya was the first.
Vig, you've got a.
No, not the first female one, but she was the first non-septum to rule the Third Empire. And let's see, she reigned for 47 years.
Wow, that's
which is not long for a Dumner, but longer than any other have ruled other than Tiger Septum. Like the highest other than Tiger Septum was 17 years.
Let's get to training.
So, let's see. Empress of Tamriel. Some consider the ascension of Catharaya to be the end of the Septum bloodline. Well, Catharaya was not a blood relative of the Septums. The father of her son was Peleus III, which meant that her successor, Cassander, was a blood descendant of Tiber Septim after the death of Pelagius. She took a Breton nobleman as her grandchildren consort, but she did not like being in the Imperial City and traveled the Empire usually, and was known as the most traveled emperor since Tiber Septim. She repaired many of the broken alliances and poor diplomatic relations caused by her.
You must be
by Pelagius III.
That's right. Rats
I wonder
in
why.
my basement, and something has been killing. What I do without them.
Oh yeah, you're not killing rats.
Yeah.
Please save my little rats.
You're killing the thing that's killing her pet rats.
Yep, because I remember this. It's a neighbor trying to kill her rats by a mountain lion. It's like, yeah, you're gonna get your fucking neighbor killed.
No, actually, what it is she wanted the rats to leave so that they wouldn't be in the house anymore. But because she put meat outside the front, like the back entrance,
It attracted the mountain lion.
To attract the rats out, but it attracted the mountain lion in. So.
Well, what have you... A mountain lion? In my basement? Where there's one, there will be more. I'm Pinarus Inventius. He's a hunter and...
Oh, during her reign, Catharaya appointed Dovarin de Runny as the first imperial battle mage since the days of Tiber Septim.
Oh. Interesting.
Which imperial battle mages are basically like super mages. They're like, hey, I'm someone who's a master fighter and a master wizard. Catharaya faced opposition from the Imperial Council, and the Council assumed much.
What can I do?
Greater power and responsibility during her reign. Remember the Imperial
Mountain
Council
lions?
theme.
Here.
Fucking
Odd.
law name.
Let's go.
I'm trying to read that. Took a particular delight in exposing Catharaya's lack of practical knowledge. People of Tamriel's reportedly came to love her far more than the nobility. So it's like, hey, which is more important in a kingdom, the people or the nobles?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when everything goes to shit.
Yep. People are still around.
Well, it's the idea that if it goes to shit and the people don't like you, the nobility will throw you to the people. But if it goes to shit and the nobility don't like you, but the people do, well...
Like, hey, fellow commoners, these people don't like me. Do something about it. See, she was involved in skirmishes due to, after a massacre of Imperial troops outside a village in Black Marsh, Catharaya and the other council discussed, discussed? I think that's just the most, which I remember this. This is one of the books that's written, where it's basically like two armorers, like armor makers, are like fighting against each other. not like fighting, but like they're like working, like they're like, oh, who can design the best armor? And like one of them's like an Imperial noble or something, and the other's like a fucking nobody from Black Marsh, an Argonian. And he's like, hey, what kind of armor should we wear when we go there? And the other guy's like, full plate armor, like this weapon. And the Argonian's like, this with this. And they're like, okay, let's fight. And they like made like a mock battle in the Black Marsh area where it's like, like fighting in swamps. And the Argonian easily kills him. Because it's like, hey, guess what? I push you over. You're not getting out of that swamp in that armor. Yeah. And then he just walks up to him and stabs him with a spear. He's like, I win. Basically, yeah, they do that to help times call the unrest in Black March. Kataraya created the clever armor that is said to admit former slave Hazadir. Basically, he was I believe he was. Oh, you can meet one of his relatives in Oblivion. That's cool. Hazadir was a slave to the master armor of Vivek City. He eventually became a free man and moved to Imperial City, where he owned a humble smithy in the slums during the time he lived in Vivek. His skills were noticed and acknowledged by Kataraya, who became before she sent it to us. Basically, it's like, a slave for master blacksmith. Because I also stuff with Black March because in 200 Third Era, Katara was killed in a minor skirmish in Black March, which you see by her son Cassander.
I think that'll be all.
That's a favorite topic of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Monteleus later discovers that a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family was involved in the skirmish, which came to so basically like a different branch of the Septims had her killed.
Ah, okay.
We're like, oh well, no one's gonna question why she was killed in Black Marsh during like bad times, kind of thing. Let's see, Cassander, 14th Emperor, there's no dynasty. Kataraya became pregnant with Cassander after her visit. She visited Plagueis in his cell in the asylum, where basically she got pregnant with him while he was in the asylum. So it's like, that's not a good. He was born in poor health. Not surprised. Cassander's current emperor, but he was still in poor health. As the son of a Breton and a Dumner, Cassander was half-elf, which Bretons are. But he aged like a Breton, so many of the times, which is, oh wait, no, yeah, his mother was Dumner, so he would be a Dumner. Yeah, Dumner Breton, okay. So yeah, he's like another Dumner emperor. So by the time he ascended to the throne, he was already middle-aged, so like unfortunately he aged like a Breton, which is like kind of shit for a Dumner. Because like Dumner are the longest lived elves. Like they can live to be almost 1,000. Like, and high elves can only usually live to be about 600, which is funny because they're like, oh, we're superior. One of the longest living non-deity entities in the world is a Dumner sorcerer. Devantir. The guy who cures Corpus from Morrowind.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay. Let's see. Because of his poor health, the other council assumed much responsibility in Cassander's reign. Cassander's reign was short-lived, as he died only 2 years after ascending the throne. He was succeeded by his brother earlier, Septim IV, which I'm guessing probably plays into that thing of like the Septims.
Yes.
branch, trying to kill off that branch.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. I would never
to like take the sword.
Right. So.
You've got me. I figured if I left some rotten.
Oh, another long, like now we start getting into the much longer like emperors. Earl Septim IV reigned for approximately 44 years. Let's see.
It's like I could increase my acrobatics if I don't tell on her.
Are you telling her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extra skill ranks in a skill I don't use.
Yeah.
Or one that, or specifically one that I can do level up very easily. Because acrobatics, all I have to do is jump. And ta-da! I get mercantile or speechcraft. Right. Yeah, speechcraft. Yeah.
Okay, Earl Septim, which is just called Earl the Fourth, because he is part of the Variat family, being distant cousins to the Septim family, and Earl the Fourth being a legally adopted member of the Septim family. It's like, is he? He is definitely not blood. He's adopted. Oh wait, no, okay. He was adopted by the Septims because he is a distant cousin.
Oh, okay.
Like they basically fully adopted him in the Septim family. The council and the people of Tamriel view Earl the Fourth as a bastard child of Kethere.
Hello, Guild Knight.
Earl the Fourth and the Elder Council were in conflict with one another throughout his reign.
I agree.
But time and time again, the Elder Council won their battles. The Elder Council assumed much responsibility during the reign of Kethere and Cassandus, and a strong-willed monarch like Earl the Fourth found it impossible to get fidelity.
I'm Felon Rebels, the Mages.
Yeah, basically, like for a while, it's been like the Elder Council in charge.
Have you taken this to Sundarian in Skin? If
you to hello, associate, to earn a recommendation from me,
an attempt to clear up some questions.
Unlike some frivolous tasks,
absence in
will allow me to explain the task.
Without a lead to occupy a castle for more than 3 months would be granted the right and titles of the estate.
Dead along. You are going.
So it's the idea like.
We believe the killings are the actions of a rogue mage.
Oh, that was the other council. Never mind.
Battle mages have been sent to the Brina Cross. You are to travel north to the Brina Cross Inn and.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
So, it just says he died in 247, Third Era. It doesn't say how. So. And he was succeeded by his son. Another fucking awful Roman name that I hate. Sepphoris the Second. Sepphoris. From the start, Sepphoris' reign was marked with conflict and dysfunctionality. Andarach, who was mentioned in the last one, I forgot to read. Andarach. Oh, Earl Septim the Fourth designated his son Andarach as successor, but the Elder Council voted to disinherit Andarach, and instead the Elder Council crowned Earl the Fourth's cousin Seraphus Septim the Emperor. So it's like basically he was in war of secession with him. Let's see. But only a year later, Seraphus started a civil war against the Empire. Okay. Andarach gathered his loyalists and started a civil war against the Empire, but only a year later, Seraphus II attention was focused on another problem. One that... God, fucking names.
Well, that's what happens when, you base an entire race off of a specific, time period.
Described as from Hour of the Crimean Cimmerian Nightmare. Oh, Cimmerian Nightmare, because Haemon Cameron had built an army of Daedra and undead and slowly conquering Western Tamriel.
Oh, okay.
And so Haemon Cameron was basically like around trying to retake Tamriel. because I believe the Camerons do, because he, I forget what, Mankar Cameron, in this, he can wear the Amulet of Kings.
Interesting.
Like you find him wearing it when you go fight him. So it's like the Camerons more than likely have a right to the throne because of that. So it's like, is the Cameron dynasty just taking back Chimero from the Septums, or?
Right. That's it. Interesting.
And he, from his homeland in Valuid all the way to the Abyssinian Sea in the Iliac, and into the Iliac Bay. Iliac Bay is in High Rock. So from the bottom right of Tamriel to the top left, basically he conquered.
Good to see
a
you.
northward march.
Let's
see.
They say
he sent a lot of mercenaries to Hammerfell during the northward march, but they were either bribed or slaughtered and then raised as undead.
Are you staying? I myself have been here for some.
Okay.
Well, you.
Hello there.
Oh, that was Cameron doing that. Problem
Yes?
is, like, when I skip lines. Seraphis
Hello,
II
stranger.
efforts to quash Cameron usurper were futile and only made it worse as kingdoms fell by the second. He sent a lot of mercenaries to Hammerfell during his northward march, but they were either bribed, slaughtered, and then raised as undead.
Have a look
One
around.
of the biggest losses
You
of the
won't
time
find
was
better prices
the
in
Battle
all
of Dragon's
Tamriel.
Tooth in 253, which, let's see. Battle of Dragon's Tooth. Doesn't really say much about it. But 3 years later, Seraphis II relinquished the kingdom of Shornholm to Enderoth, which ended their feud. Arentin described the act as Tiber Septim's heart beating no more. So it's the idea, like, that's when the Tiber Septim finally died.
Okay.
Goodbye. Yes. Haven't seen as many. I don't like to talk about it. Right then. The bed is just upstairs at the back of the... Take care.
Okay. Over time, the usurper's undead and danger were slowly replaced by the races of his conquered territories, mainly Bosmer and Redguards. And while news of his conquest had reached High Rock ahead of him, Bretons did not prepare for their invasion until a year later. Not only were the major kingdoms of Iliac Bay unsustainable to defend against his army, but the Bretons' disdained Emperor Seraphis II led to sympathies with the usurper, whom they viewed as his archfoe. So it's like, basically they're like, I'm picking the side who has the biggest army.
You need to continue along the I shall be following out of sight, along with a fellow battle mage.
Oh yeah, you have to
Make
find...
no attempts to... Should you be confronted by this cowardly mage, do not hesitate. Once the mage has revealed himself, we will
Gerard
stay
is actually the Breton last name I use the most. Let's see.
Greetings.
Let's see. The usurper was defeated in 267. In the end, Seraphis II took credibility of the usurper's demise. Instead, his lack of assistance brought increased basically, he got a bunch of people to help him, and basically then took credit for it, and then those people are like, hey...
No. No.
His lack of assistance brought increased hostility towards the ineffective empire. This, however, was soon mended by Seraphis II's son and successor Uriel Septim V, who garnered a warrior's reputation reminiscent of his ancestors Tiber Septim. Let's see. We're getting closer.
I'm
Uriel
afraid
V.
your journey ends. I'll be taking whatever you're carrying after you're dead, of
elemental spells. It's like, hey, necromancy's forbidden. You're kicked out of the Mages Guild.
Gotta be careful because they're fucking allies.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, hey. Some nice healing potions and...
Yeah, some good ones. Some strong ones, too. Yeah.
Well met.
I think you gotta talk to her.
Good day.
You've done well. The Gold Road should be a little
So
safer
pale.
now.
Yep.
You should...
I mean, she's a bread. What do you expect?
Good day.
Okay. Uriel the Fifth. He reigned for 22 years. Let's see. Was Emperor turned opinion back towards the potential power of the Empire, turning the attention of Tamriel away from the internal strife. Uriel the Fifth embarked on a series of invasions. Let's see, he conquered Solitude,
Okay.
which was known as Roskrea. Like
The people that are in charge.
Which would remain under the Empire's direct control until the late Third Era, where he annexed, when it was annexed by Solitude. Yeah. Basically, a lot of secessionary wars in his reign. Does that know? Okay.
I'm casting mysticism spell, like...
Yep. I mean, that's how you level up as a mage. You walk everywhere and you cast spells.
Especially because I was like, it's like, which stat should I be focusing on? Intelligence or willpower? It's like, both, I mean, technically, but...
Yeah, both, but willpower since it's lower.
Well, the thing is, though, like, I'm starting to use, like, magic and fighting, and destruction is willpower, so is alteration. So it's one of those things where it's like, what is the thing that I can slowly level up while I'm just walking around? That also doesn't cost a lot of mana.
Yeah. But you also gotta remember, the mana cost is how much experience you get, basically. Like, the lower it is, the more...
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, eh.
Eventually I gotta get just, like, oh, hey, water breathing.
There you go.
Hey, Claywell! What's up, buddy?
Just,
Oh, hey, wolf.
But what?
Your hand is purple there? Well, the wolf had a lockpick on it.
Purple?
Because I was casting,
yeah.
detect life.
Yeah, like detect, like, makes your people glow.
Which includes myself, apparently.
Well, yeah, you are a person.
Yeah,
apparently.
But it's
in
like,
third person, apparently not.
Can I help you?
but yeah, how's it going, Claywell?
Sailors leave very satisfied. It has no master.
Okay. Ooh. Uriel the Fifth invaded Akavir, but was ultimately a failure. And he was reportedly killed in Akavir,
you have done
in Akavar
well
in
enough, though I must
290
say
on the
I
battlefield.
doubt it will do you much good.
Nevertheless, Uriel the Fifth
be
holds a reputation second only to Tiber Septim as a great warrior
Let's
emperor
get to training.
of Tamriel.
Bye.
Despite his ultimate failure, his many successors along the way earned him a reputation as a military genius.
Can I interest you in
he
some of
employed
my
a battle
wares?
Okay.
Holy fucking shit.
What?
Just the... the
oh, yeah. Some of them get real fucking expensive.
Well, also one of those things where it's like requires, like, spell casting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Farewell.
It's my... I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Okay. This guy, I believe if he sells summons, or if he has a merchant. I know there's one of them where he's a merchant that they remember they sell tomes because of the DLC, so you might want to check those too.
He doesn't have a buy. He only has buy spells.
I know there is one where they'll sell some tomes, and one of them is the only example of summon Spider Daedra in the game, and I think that they can die.
Okay. Flashbolt.
I mean,
defend.
that's up to you. While Uriel's invasion of Akira is considered a disaster, he's often considered blah blah blah. Man, these wikis sometimes like just to repeat the same thing in a different way. It's like they're trying to write an exam in school.
Let's do business.
Basically, he is known for being the closest to reaching prestige and prosperity of Tiber Septim's rule of all the emperors. While the Empire lost the imperial province of Akira, the numerous islands that Uriel conquered would remain with the that there were parts of Akira that were still loyal to the Empire.
You've made a good bit of gold.
Notes: according to Todd Howard, one of the original Skyrim design drafts for Uriel V returning with his army of dragons from the Akaviri to retake his throne. Like, that was a possibility for Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls V. Was Uriel V coming back with an army of dragons and being like, hey, I'm in charge now.
Well, shit.
Okay. Uriel Septim the Sixth, who ruled for 6, but then in parentheses, 23 years.
I let that thank.
It's like, what does that mean? Wiki, please tell me. When Uriel's, he became emperor when he was only 5 years old.
Okay.
Uriel the Sixth was born only shortly after his father left for Akavir. Only other progeny by different women. Blah, blah, blah. The consort Thonica, as the boy's mother, was given a restricted regency until Uriel the Sixth reached maturity. Basically, the Elder Council took over for a while.
Which, I mean,
let's see, the Elder Council retained the real power as they had ever since the days of Kethariah. The council so enjoyed its unlimited and unrestricted freedom to make laws and profits. Uriel the Sixth was not given full license to rule until 307, when basically they didn't even give him full rule after he became adult. When he was 22 years old is when he became official ruler. So they're like, yeah, just like, no, wait a couple more years. It's like, let us be in charge just a little bit longer. He had been slowly assuming positions of responsibility for years, but both the council and his mother, who enjoyed even her limited regency, were loath to give away reign. By the time he came to the throne, machinations of government gave him little power, but the veto. So basically, it's like he basically could be like, no to this, no to that, and that's it. Uriel the Sixth's power of veto was regularly exercised. He would boast. I mean, it's the one thing he could do. He could boast with conviction that he truly did rule Tamriel by 313. So let's see. It took him 6 years to actually gain control back as emperor. At some point, he journeyed to Lipen March, encountering the King Dead Wolf Deer. What?
What the fuck?
He utilized defunct spy networks and guard units to bully and coerce the difficult members of the Elder Council. Okay, so basically he... Let's see. King Dead Wolf Deer. that's why I've never heard of it. It's concept. Like the only pictures they have is concept art. So
okay.
King Dead Wolf Deer, also known as Lord of the Wolf Hearts, and other Lord of Teeth and 20 Antlers. Was a Bosmer who had transformed into a monster mare in the 4th century in the First Era by the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt is when a bunch of Bosmer are like, we need to kill something, and basically become monsters and can't turn back.
Okay. Huh.
Okay.
No, I just had a fucking cave-in happen on me.
Yeah, I know. Can you actually get through there, or you have to go another way? If anything, you look at the local map. Because if it just ends at a dead end, that means you don't go that way. Okay. Basically, he used like a Bosmer like monster to help him like build a spy network to fight the other council.
That's fucking nuts.
However, Uriel VI died in 313, which is basically the same year he apparently gained power for real. When he fell from his horse and could not be saved by the finest imperial healers, leaving Morhantha to take throne, which Morhantha is race unknown. Wow. Okay. Good job. Game. Okay. Morhantha Sempton was the daughter of Uriel V, twin sister of Oh, she was brothers to Uriel VI. And her race is listed unknown. Because it's the idea that she was an illegitimate child. Hey, guess what? It's another Septim who... like, I don't know. Like I said, it's like, it's fuckboy Septims. I mean, hey, if you want your lineage to keep going, you know, you gotta fucking sleep around sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, think of like how nobles did it, kind of thing.
I mean, at least he's sleeping around and he's not keeping it in the family.
Oh yeah, like the Habsburgs. Have you seen pictures of that?
Yes.
Okay. Which one of them was so bad he couldn't chew his own food?
Yeah.
Let's see. Morhantha, she reigned for 26 years. So. Oh, Morhantha. She commissioned the 2nd edition of the Pocket Guide to the Emperor since the first one, which I believe the first one was made. Pocket Guide to the Empire. Let's see. First edition. Who wrote that one and when? First edition. It was made back in the 2nd era.
Okay.
It was the first edition. Which, technically, because it's pre-Tiber Septim, would be about, like, hey, here's the guide to the Empire. Which is which Cyrodiil would be a jungle. And like, that guide doesn't help anymore if it's, like, related to, like, stuff like that. Because part of Tiber Septim's ascending to becoming a god was like, I'll take pity on Cyrodiil and turn it into verdant grasslands. Instead of like a jungle like it used to be. Which, like, honestly, like, looking at like some of this, there were very, like, in original Elder Scrolls stuff, like pre-Tiber Septim, there were probably very few nice places to live.
Right.
Because, like, Skyrim was supposed to be, like, there was very few places that weren't constantly in snow. Not how it is in, like, Skyrim, where, like, half the map is not snow.
Yeah.
Like, I think Riften was the only place that was supposed to be, like, anywhere you can grow food.
Fucking nuts.
Okay. Orhantha, let's see. The Empire had been slowly disintegrating as open revolution and civil war had raged unchallenged since the days of Orhantha's grandfather, Seraphis II. Carefully coordinating her counterattacks, Orhantha slowly took back her rebellious vassals, always avoiding overextending herself. Orhantha's military campaigns were remarkably successful. The council was often frustrated by her deliberate pace. So it's like she wasn't doing fast enough. It's like, hey, you want it done right, or do you want it done quickly? One councilman, an Argonian, furious at Orhantha's refusal to send troops to his troubled lands, is believed to be the man who hired the assassins who claimed her life in 339. He was tied and executed.
Hello.
Though he protested his innocence to the last. Orhantha's had no surviving children, and her sister Aliosa had died in fever 4 years before. So
go to it.
Yes.
Aliosa's 25-year-old son Plagius was crowned Plagius IV.
Bye.
Which, hey, we're getting down to the last couple.
All right.
Okay. Are you getting close to being done, or? Ooh,
yeah.
So many things. Nice. Okay, I'll try and. Okay. So
I figured I'd go until we get to the end of this. So.
Okay, Uriel the Fourth is Uriel Septim, the seventh son, father, which is Patrick Stewart. Looking for anything that during his reign, he was suspicious enough of the Sijic order to refuse to allow their ambassadors into the imperial city. It's like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
If the Sijic order wants to do something, they'll fucking do it. I mean, they can banish an entire island from the fucking Somerset Isles so that even the Aldmeri Dominion can't find it.
Yeah.
And the Sijic order is is where Menamarco and Gaius, the man who founded the Mages Guild, came from.
Yeah, so it's like,
And let's see. He continued Orhantha's efforts to reunite Tamriel, so by bringing the Brilliant's kingdoms, duchies, and baronies back to under imperial control.
Hello.
Let's see.
Farewell.
Nevertheless, by the end of Plagius IV's reign, the empire was stable, prosperous, and closer to unity than it had ever been since the days of Uriel I, which is like 300 years ago. Plagius IV died, and his successor, his son, Uriel VII. He was considered a strong and capable ruler. Uriel Septim VII, the background character to every Elder Scrolls game until after this one.
Right.
Okay, Uriel Septim in Arena. It's...
What is it,
I forget what the Arena quest is.
I'm afraid I can't just write one out of hand.
Because I know,
if
like,
perhaps you
Arena
can
might
clear
be
up
one
a
of the ones
small matter.
Main quest.
She and I have an unpleasant history.
Because, like, Arena's... Okay.
She does not...
Oh, he
I
was.
have seen
okay.
that she is in town.
Oh, God, that's what it was. I had to remember.
Determine what she's after.
His Imperial Battle Mage, Jagar Tharan, took control of the Empire from him in the Imperial Simulacrum for like 20 years. And that's Arena. Like Elder Scrolls Arena, which is the first one. Elder Scrolls Daggerfall is Earl Septim sending his close confidant, your character, in the game, to go find a love letter he sent to a queen that he was having an affair with. Hey, big surprise.
How are you?
And then you get involved in the quest of like
you are a
all
guild
the different
mage,
groups trying to
there's a small matter
reactivate
with
the
which
Numidium.
you may be able to assist. It's nothing worth
And stuff like
involving
that.
your guildian, I
And
assure
then
you.
Elder Scrolls Morrowind.
Best it kept just between
You
us.
were a prisoner released on order from Uriel Septim
Excellent.
VII to be
The
sent
book
to
is
Morrowind
entitled
to try
Fingers
and
of the Mountain.
do
It
the
is of no
become
use to you.
the
You won't.
reincarnation.
You'll
of Neverwhere.
find it at an old ruin called Cloud Top. It's north of Coral.
And then-
Return it to me immediately when you have it.
In Oblivion,
Make no
you
mention
literally
of
meet
it
him.
to
He's like,
Tychius
"Here's a
or
very
anyone
important thing. Go
else in
do
your-
it." It's like you're the only one who can. So it's like the idea that Earl Septim the 7th was like super like clairvoyant and be like, "I need to send this person here, and they'll do
Well
this."
met, guildmate.
Like he is the most important background character of every Elder Scrolls game almost. Until after Skyrim. Until like Skyrim, basically.
Go ahead. What? Not only
And
does it
after his
exist,
assassination,
but she knows where it is. I trust that as
he
a
was-
member of the guild, you would
Then
do
we
the
got Martin
right
Septim.
thing. Are we clear?
who you still have not met yet.
Finding that
Martin Septim did not. He ruled for like maybe a day, because his coronation was technically like at the Imperial Council, and then you immediately go to
And-
the Church of the One, and he dies
Yep.
defending the. So it's like yeah, and that is the official end to the Septim dynasty, when Martin Septim sacrifices himself by becoming the Avatar of Akatosh,
You look like a
by
bright one.
smashing the Amulet of Kings,
I'm
and
the
uniting
Fighters
his dragon
Guild
blood with the dragon blood inside the amulet, and sealing
What? You have done well. I'm sorry.
Nirn from all the other Daedra from being
Go
assimilated
round.
into them.
good to see you.
So it's the idea, like,
saw the
it didn't
Lord of
stop people
Royal
from
walking
summoning
his
Daedra
dogs.
and stuff like that.
And yesterday.
What it did, it
And the
stopped
day
other
before.
planes, other Daedra
swear
realms from
that's
doing
what he
plane
does.
melts, which is like what ESO was about and like
But
this
it's a bit
game's about,
excessive
Okay.
for those
where it's
troops.
other Daedra realms trying to
Things-
like assimilate into another.
Good day.
Vilena,
So that's the Septim
just
Dynasty.
do your job.
All right.
And there's a giant fucking family tree that I fucking hate to look at because it's one of those things where it's like all the different. Because like halfway through it stops having a line that connects it and just starts over. It's like this is not a family tree.
Right? It's like fucking A, man.
Like we call this person a Septim. Okay. I mean, to be honest, they were able to wear the Emblem of Kings. You know, real fucking important there. Can they wear that? Yeah, okay. The problem was, most people didn't know about that. Only very few people knew about that.
Right.
Like, they tell you, like, Joffrey tells you, it's like, most people think the most important piece of jewelry is the Dragon Crown. Which is not. The Amulet of Kings is the thing that's actually the most important part.
Okay. So,
I mean, like, hey, if this, like, this is a real, like, this is the covenant of San Alessia, given physical form. This is real fucking important. So, yep.
Yep.
That's like all the Septim stuff. Now, my next thing I have planned for myself is I'm gonna read all 36 lessons of Vivek.
okay.
And try not to go fucking crazy with how fucking weird it is.
Oh. All right.
Because, hey, guess what? There's not 36 lessons in Vivek's 36 lessons. There's 37.
Was it the friendship along the way?
No. It's like, actually, no. 100% no, because Vivek is one of the main people that stabbed Nervar in the back. They used his spear to do it.
I know, that's why I said that. Like, I remember that. Oh, okay. Let's see who we're going out to today. Fucking. Nobody. There is nobody that I follow online at the moment. So.
I guess we're not raiding. Or you're just going to raid someone random. Oh, shit. And yeah, I know like a lot of are they playing Oblivion 2 or is that something else?
Yeah, that's what I'm literally doing. I'm just like, Oblivion!
It's like, yeah, I know like the last couple things have been me just reading from the wiki, but it's like, hey.
Dude, if we can't think of anything, like, that's why, like, with certain things, like I'll stop and be like, wait a minute.
But like, hey, that's how you learn new stuff. It's like, hey, I'm learning new stuff too.
Okay, this person's set up to not raid. So
Okay.
at this point, yeah, I'm just gonna call it no raid.
Okay.
So catch everybody later.
No.